A few years ago, I thought buying a car would change my life. I remember sitting in that showroom, looking at a shiny car I couldn't really afford, but somehow it felt like success. The salesman said, "It's just a small monthly payment." And that's all I needed to hear. Not the full price, not the interest, not the long-term cost, just the monthly number. So I said yes, and for a moment, it felt amazing. Driving home, windows down, music on, I felt like I made it. But a few weeks later, reality started to hit. That small payment, it showed up every single month. No matter what, good month or bad month, it didn't care. And slowly, that one decision started controlling everything. My savings slowed down. My stress went up. And I didn't even realize I had walked straight into a trap. At first, I told myself, it's normal. Everyone has a car payment, right? It's just part of adult life. But then I started noticing something strange. No matter how much I earned, I never felt ahead. Every month, money came in and then quietly disappeared. Rent, bills, and that car payment. It was always there, waiting, taking a fixed piece of my income every single time. And the worst part, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. It became automatic, like a silent subscription I couldn't cancel. Then one day, I did the math. Not just the monthly payment, but the total cost, the interest, the years, the real price I was going to pay. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't just a car. This was a financial weight, slowing me down every single month. And I started to wonder, how many people are stuck in this without even realizing it? Let's break this down for a second. Imagine your car payment is $400 a month. Sounds manageable, right? Now multiply that by 12. That's $4,800 a year. Still doesn't feel too bad. But now, stretch that over 5 years. You're looking at $24,000. And that's just the payments. We haven't even talked about interest yet, or insurance, or maintenance, or fuel. Suddenly, that affordable car is costing you way more than you ever expected. And here's the part most people miss. While you're making those payments every month, that car is losing value. Fast. Every single day. It's worth less, so you're paying thousands for something that's constantly dropping in value. Think about that. You're working hard, earning money just to fund a liability, not an asset, not something that makes you money, something that slowly drains it. And once you see it like that, you can't unsee it. So why does this keep happening? Why do so many people fall into the same trap, again and again? Because the system is designed that way. Think about it. No one sells you a car based on its full price. They sell you the monthly payment. They make it sound small, easy, manageable. $300, $400, $500 a month. It doesn't feel like a big decision. But that's the trick. Because your brain isn't thinking about the total cost. It's only focused on what feels affordable right now. And in that moment, it feels like a win. You get the car. You feel successful. You fit in. But behind the scenes, you've just committed to years of payments. And most people don't question it. Because everyone around them is doing the same thing. It feels normal. But normal doesn't mean smart. And once you understand this, you start seeing the trap everywhere. Let me give you a real example. Imagine two people, same age, same income. Let's call them Alex and Jordan. Alex decides to buy a brand new car. Monthly payment, $500. It feels fine at first. Now Jordan makes a different choice. Instead of a new car, Jordan buys a reliable used one. No big monthly payment. Now fast forward 2 years. Alex has paid over $12,000 and still owes money on the car. Jordan has been saving and investing that same $500 every month. And now, something interesting happens. Jordan isn't just saving money. That money is starting to grow. While Alex is stuck paying for a depreciating car, Jordan is building assets, freedom, options. And the gap between them, it keeps getting bigger. Every single month, same starting point. 2 different decisions. 2 completely different futures. And this is the moment everything started to change for me. I realized it was never about the car. It was about the habit. The habit of choosing comfort now over freedom later. Because, let's be honest, car payments feel easy in the moment. You get what you want instantly. No waiting, no sacrifice. But what you don't see is the long-term cost. Not just in money, but in opportunities. Every dollar going into that car is a dollar that could have been working for you. Invested, growing, multiplying. And once that idea clicked for me, I couldn't ignore it anymore. I started questioning every payment in my life. Do I really need this? Or am I just used to it? Because that's how the trap works. It doesn't feel like a bad decision. It feels normal until one day you realize how much it's been holding you back. So what should you do instead? Does this mean you should never buy a car? No. It just means you need to be smarter about it. Because the goal isn't to avoid cars. The goal is to avoid being controlled by payments. Start by asking a simple question. Can I truly afford this car? Or am I just able to afford the monthly payment? There's a big difference. Because real affordability means you can buy it without putting your future at risk, without stretching your income, without sacrificing your freedom. And for most people, that usually means choosing a cheaper car. Maybe not brand new, maybe not flashy, but reliable, practical, and most importantly, it doesn't own you. Because at the end of the day, your car should serve your life, not control it. If you really want to avoid this trap, you need a few simple rules. First, never decide based only on the monthly payment. Always look at the total cost, because that's the number that actually matters. Second, keep your car expenses low compared to your income. A car should never take a huge portion of what you earn. If it does, it's already too expensive. Third, think long-term, not just today. Ask yourself, will this decision still make sense 2 or 3 years from now? And finally, delay the upgrade. Just because you can buy a better car doesn't mean you should. Because every upgrade comes with a cost. And most of the time, that cost is your freedom. These rules are simple, but they're powerful. And if you follow them, you won't just avoid the trap. You'll stay in control. Now imagine this. Instead of being locked into a car payment, you choose a different path. You keep your expenses low. You stay patient. And every month, you keep that extra money, not to spend, but to build something. At first, it feels small. Just a few $100s saved. But over time, it starts to grow, quietly, consistently. And one day, you look at your account and realize you've built something real. Not debt, not obligation, but freedom. The freedom to make choices, the freedom to say no, the freedom to move forward on your terms. And here's the best part. You didn't need a perfect income. You didn't need luck. You just needed one smart decision, repeated every month. That's how wealth actually starts. Not with big moves, but with small, consistent ones. At some point, something shifts inside you. You stop thinking like a buyer and start thinking like a builder. Before, you looked at things and asked, can I afford this? Now you ask, is this worth it? That one change is everything, because it stops you from making emotional decisions and starts pushing you toward intentional ones. You're no longer chasing status. You're building stability. You don't need to impress people anymore because you know where you're going. And suddenly, things that once felt important don't matter as much. The expensive car, the upgrades, the image, they lose their power over you because now you see clearly. Every dollar has a job. Every decision has a direction. And once you reach this point, you're not just avoiding the trap anymore. You're building a completely different life. And when you really sit down and think about it, it was never just about a car. It was about the choices you make every single day. Because small decisions don't feel important in the moment. They feel normal, harmless, easy to ignore. But over time, they shape everything. Your money, your stress, your future. And the truth is, most people never question those decisions. They follow the same path, make the same mistakes, and wonder why nothing changes. But you're different, because now you've seen the pattern. You understand how the trap works. And once you see it, you can't go back to being unaware. You start thinking deeper, acting smarter, moving with purpose. And slowly, your life starts changing. Not because of one big move, but because of better decisions, again and again. So here's the truth. The car payment trap isn't obvious. It doesn't look dangerous. It doesn't feel like a mistake. But over time, it quietly holds you back, month after month, year after year, until one day, you realize how much it's cost you, not just in money, but in missed opportunities, missed growth, missed freedom. And the good news, you can avoid all of it, starting today, with one simple decision: to think differently, to act intentionally, to stop trading your future for something that loses value. Because real success isn't about what you drive. It's about what you keep, what you build, and what you control. So the next time you think about that small monthly payment, take a step back and ask yourself, is this helping my future or holding it back? And if you want more simple, powerful finance content, make sure you subscribe.